look at us.
Rotate your phone.
So fortunately, the school, the records page, you could say and spell your name.
Rotate it.
CER.
It's okay. It is what it is. That's okay. Just
Tell
keep
us
it
how
like
we
that.
can help.
Yes, this all started, it was a homicide that occurred at Nickton in Strasburg yesterday. We have a 54-year-old victim who was shot multiple times with a high-power rifle. Our officers were in the area. They received information from homicide of a vehicle that possibly was involved in that. Officer from 9th Precinct did a wonderful job. They observed that vehicle, attempted a traffic stop. The occupant of that vehicle ran out and was holding some type of rifle while they was chasing that. Foot pursuit ensued. The officers received information that this individual ran into a location. That's when we surrounded the location and we declared a vehicle.
What was the time that happened? When did you end up spotting the suspect vehicle and then entering?
This possibly occurred about 2 hours ago.
And what's the exact location of that residence that you
It's on the Wilshire. Not gonna give the exact location, but it's on Wilshire.
Wilshire and what?
This is Promenade.
So at that point, did you start negotiating with the suspect inside?
No, not with the suspect, no. But individuals inside, we did make contact with.
What's the status? I know I'm kind of bleeding over into the next area of discussion here, but essentially tell us what ensued in terms of you making contact with the people who were inside. What did they tell you? How did you eventually
officers did make contact with individuals inside. SRT did a wonderful job. We were able to get individuals outside the location safe and secure. And right now we're just got the house surrounded, got the search warrant, and we're standing by right now.
The only person inside currently is the suspect.
We're still investigating this.
I'm just trying to figure that out.
Yes.
All right. And was anyone harmed in the process?
No one was harmed in the process.
Okay. And can you tell us anything more about whether the suspect was armed or if you're aware of?
Well, the officers did observe that the suspect was armed while they was pursuing them on foot.
Okay. All right. And so we have no reason to believe he dropped that weapon or anything. He did take it into the residence.
That's correct. That's what we believe right now.
Do we know what his ties to that residence? Is this his family?
No, still preliminary investigation.
Any children inside?
None so far.
Okay, all adults.
That's correct.
And how many other individuals were inside?
I believe it was 3.
3. Okay. All right, and they were all cooperative. They all came out.
That's correct.
They're safe.
That's correct.
All right, Commander.
I think the captain covered most everything. As we said, we had about 2 o'clock p.m. declared a barricaded gunman situation on the 14,000 block of Wilshire. Our officers from the 9th Precinct, 5th Precinct, and assets from our Metropolitan Division, including our Special Response Team, Hostage Negotiator Team, responded. Officers did a great job of containing the suspect, holding a perimeter around the house, made contact via telephone with the occupants. We do have 4 male occupants that are out of the house now. We've secured the location. We have obtained a search warrant, and at this time we're probably going to make entry, clear the house, and let our detectives come in and look for any ballistic evidence leading up to this homicide.
The captain just essentially said that there is still investigation into the suspect. So, do we know where the suspect may be?
Well, we're hoping we have him in custody. Okay. We have 4 individuals out of the house, and we don't want to jump to conclusions and say one of them's automatically our trigger man. But what we're going to do is, we got the best detectives in the world here. We're going to be looking at these suspects, determining who's involved, who had the gun, and if we can lead that back to the case of being the trigger man in our homicide. So that's where we're at right now. We don't want to, we're confident that we've got this situation safe for the neighborhood. Confident that we have 4 people detained right now. And where we go, the detectives take it next. So we're in a good place. I believe the neighborhood's safe. I believe we have our suspect. But we're going to be very sure, we're going to be very methodical, checking this house, looking for evidence to tie it back to that homicide.
So the painfully obvious question there is probably then one of the people you have is the suspect. Because that's the case, are you going to continue any other searches in the area or anything like that?
We'll see. If this evidence leads us to another address, we'll do a search warrant there. Right now, we believe we have a suspect vehicle. I think we have a suspect. We have reason. We have a definite person of interest. We're going to recover that firearm. Hopefully, put all those pieces together for a resolution. I'm hopeful this ends it, and we don't have to do any other search warrants. We don't have to go on any evidentiary searches. But if we do, Detroit Police Department, we're 24 hours a day. We'll stay out here all night if we have to.
And you're often out here, sort of supervising things. We see you often. Unfortunately, we see you often at these barricaded situations. Chief was talking about it recently. We've had a number. It seems as though there's an increase. Where do we stand in the city of Detroit, and can you speak generally to just the fact that the pandemic seems to have escalated?
Sure. This is our 34th barricaded gunman for 2020. Last year, I believe we ended the year with 22. So that shows you the number increase of how busy these professionals are. COVID has a factor. Definitely plays a factor. We have mental health issues huge in this town, across the nation. This chief has actually put something together. You see that to address mental health concerns. Yesterday, we're going to be embedding with some social agencies to help address that. But right now, I'd like to say if you or know someone, a friend or family member, you see them falling down, they need help, reach out. Call the Detroit Police Department. Call your local health department to get help for people that are undergoing the stresses of this COVID. It doesn't have to come to this. The commander and the captain and I are out here in the cold and snow to get you out of the house. Have your family help first.
And how thankful are you that it appears we have a peaceful resolution?
Extremely thankful. These officers, the men and women, are trained to such a high level. The resolution we always want is someone to go home healthy. If you're going to go to jail, we want you to go to jail healthy. We don't want to hurt anybody. Don't put us in that position. We're trained for the worst, but we definitely strive for the best. And today, I think we're getting there.
And forgive me if, Captain, you went over this, but the age of the suspect?
They're all 18, 19 years old. They're young kids. Young kids who making bad decisions.
All males?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I think that's everything. Is there anything else that we've missed, or anything else you want to add?
No, I just want to commend the 9th Precinct. Great job as a cop out there. Read the information from the homicide yesterday. Took the time to look for it and spotted that vehicle today. Over for that patrol officer being observant, you wouldn't be here today. It's a shame that we're here, but I'd rather get resolution for this family. It's because we're a patrolman that started all this with keen observations.
And so remind me of when that homicide took place as well.
The shooting occurred yesterday. Unfortunately, he did succumb to his injuries.
What time do you remember?
It was 1 o'clock.
1 p.m.
1 p.m. Yeah, that's when the shooting occurred. Yep.
Yesterday.
Yep.
Thank you so much. I think
Commander, before we go, will you spell your first and last name for us?
DARINSZILAGY.
I wanted
got a
to do
logistical question for you.
Yes, sir.
I had a shot of some people coming out of the house with their hands up, walking backwards. Would you prefer that we not use that video at this time?
As long as the faces are not identifiable,
I
we don't have warrants for their arrest yet.
Okay.
As long as they're not identifiable, feel free to use it.
Now it's a block away in bad weather.